Cartersville City Council to order. If you'll please stand for our invocation and pledge.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, source of life, whose spirit gives beauty and order to the whole universe. Guide and sustain all who serve this city. Give us wisdom, patience, and the zeal to do what is right. Our community is a beacon for justice and peace, and for hopefulness for all generations. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Keelan, the roll, please.
Carrie Hodge, Ward 1. Jay Stepp, Ward 2. Louis Tonsmeyer, Ward 3.
Here.
Lindsay McDaniel, Ward 4.
Here.
Diane Tate, Ward 5.
Here.
Taff Wren, Ward 6.
Here.
Jokingly say quality, not quantity. How about that? Our first order of business is the approval of our council meeting minutes from June 16th. And council, you've had these well in advance of tonight and had an opportunity to look them over. Now would be the chance to make any edits, corrections, additions, or deletions, or approve them as they stand.
Approve as they stand, Mayor. Make a motion to approve as they stand.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And the minutes are approved unanimously. Mr. Menino, why don't you get us started with the first order of business tonight?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This particular agenda item is the need to replace our former Deputy City Clerk, Catherine Hembry, has departed. And with that, there is a need to provide an appointment for the Deputy City Clerk position. Staff had recommended Meredith Ulmer to fulfill that position.
Okay. Questions or comments? I guess that takes a
Yeah.
Then
We'll need to swear her in if y'all
Council
choose to
appointee, yeah.
appoint
very
her.
good. Well, Chair will entertain such a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. And that motion is approved unanimously. Congratulations, Meredith. Come on down.
Raise your right hand. I swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Georgia, that I will in all respects observe the provisions of the charter and ordinances of the city of Cartersville, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of chief clerk, so help me God.
Thank you, Connie, and congratulations, Meredith. We have got, Mr. Porter, you've got the next item, please, sir.
Yes, Mayor and Council, what we have is a network switches. We're working with Bartow County Sheriff's Office and providing this communication, internet access that they need to have to upgrade their system. We also work with the New World software that we're working on getting implemented. The cost is $6,000 and will be reimbursed by Bartow County. Recommended for approval.
Okay. Any discussion on this item? If not, a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Hasselbrock, get the next couple, please.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The electric department maintains the traffic signals that are located in the city of Cartersville, but are not on a DOT right-of-way or route. Excuse me. Those would be like Old Mill Road in Etowah. So there's 12 signals that we maintain, and there's 5 school crossings, and we have a need to make some repairs, and we're asking. We went out and took bids from 3 companies that do this repair work, and we've selected happens to be the low-cost supplier of this service, and this is a budgeted item, and we recommend that the council approve the low bid contract with CB&K Mechanical to do this work.
Okay. Any questions or discussion?
So for anybody out there that might be wondering about the lights on Tennessee Street or Main Street, those aren't ours.
Those are on DOT roadways, and those are not ours.
Okay. Thank you.
Mayor, when we have control of these, like on Old Mill or something, But the timing is still set by DOT, is that?
No,
right?
ma'am.
No, we have.
Yes, ma'am. We
Well, I didn't
maintain
know
it.
that. We maintain it
We're
completely.
we're
huh?
responsible for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
ours aren't usually where the timing problems are.
No. I've noticed that, Sam.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that, Don. did
Right.
I?
And some of the timing issues are there's wires buried under the pavement and they go bad and we have to make repairs. You have to cut the pavement and do other things to maintain it. So those are some of the things the contractor will be doing for us.
So if there's a complete outage, an electrical outage, and they have to go and be repaired, that's separate repairs also.
Yes, ma'am.
Motion
Motion for what?
to accept the bid for CBK.
Second?
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Continue on, sir.
Okay, it's time to award our right-of-way clearing and maintenance work, and ECG bids this work out for us, and they've bid it out, they've recommended a low-cost supplier, Trees Unlimited. They're out of Cave Springs, Georgia. We've used them for about 10 years. They're very familiar with our system, and they do a good job and with minimal complaints, and so we recommend that council approve the right-of-way clearing work to be awarded to the low-cost bidder, Trees Unlimited, and this is a budgeted item also.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions, comments, or motions?
Question, just, this is pretty important to us when it's windy and icy. It
Yes.
keeps the limbs back away from the lines and make sure we get good service.
We trim on an annual basis, and for those that love trees, we don't have to take quite as much out on a 3-year basis. Instead of, we do it annually.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, Don.
Okay.
Motion to accept the bid from Trees Unlimited.
Second?
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Don. Mr. Sanders, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. We opened bids for a leaf collection body. We had 3 bids, and we are recommending the low bidder, which is Carolina Environmental Systems, for $65,550. This leaf collection body will be installed on an existing truck. It will replace a leaf collection body that we currently have, that the company that made it went out of business and we can't get parts for it. And it's reached an age where a lot of maintenance needs to be done to it, and the garage recommended that instead of trying to make parts, that we just get a new body, because the truck is in good shape. So $65,550. It's a PacMac LV25
Budgeted item.
budgeted item.
Thank you, sir. Any discussion on this item? If not, a motion.
Make a motion?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. Michael Hill, you've got the next 4, I believe.
Evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. First one here was the pipe fusion machine. Our low bidder was HD Supply for $8,146.48. That was we did get 3 bids on that, and it was a budgeted item. Let me
Okay.
go through them all.
No, we'll handle them individually. please.
Okay.
Thank you. Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Motion carries. Continue on, please, Michael.
Okay. The gas civil work, this is for the property on Old Mill Road. That's where we need to have some civil engineering done. This price is $28,500.
Okay. Any discussion on this item?
Just as we mentioned earlier, we would probably have to do some of this work to make use of that property for storm drainage, but since we're looking at that as one of the potential sites for the new gas HQ, this is not only the hydrological, but there's also some of the civil work on the layout of the property, and it will help give us more detail to
to talk to the neighbors. I know that you and I and Councilman Stead and Gary met one night with some of those folks, and it would help firm that up a little bit.
Thank you.
Did we take bids for this?
You don't, technically, you don't bid professional services. This is a local firm. We know the people. I don't know that we used this guy in particular, but he used to be with another firm that we know the quality of his work. So
Yes.
local firm, it's a decent bid, but technically you have to take proposals on services like, well, you don't have to, you don't legally have to, but that's the way they would prefer you to do it.
That answer your question?
Yes, sir. Ready to make a motion?
Great, go right ahead.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Continue on, Michael.
Okay. Next one here is for the copier for the gas department. We had gotten the fiber folks to give us a lead on what the rest of the city's using. We have a contract with Canon, from what I understand, and the price for the new copier is $7,495. This will be replacing our copier that's 13 years old, and it's a budgeted item.
What are you gonna do with the old one?
I
13
can't tell
years
you,
is pretty good, isn't
it's not in the best shape, Mayor.
Gotcha. Questions, comments, or motions?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Transco service agreement.
Yes, this is the agreement with Transco, where we are looking to pick up supply on a new pipeline that is coming through called, it's going from Newnan to Dalton, and we're looking to pick up 5,000 extra decatherms for our city there. This should hold us through the future for quite a while. So we ask that you all approve this. I'll give you the permission to sign it, please.
All right, any questions or discussion on this item? And if
Not
not,
to be overly talkative, but in talking with Gary, this gives us a piece of that line.
Mhm.
And it helps them when they go to, I didn't understand this, but they don't even have the approval yet from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, so this will help them get that approval so they can build the
Yes.
line. Of course, we wouldn't spend any money on it until we got the.
Yeah, that's my understanding too, so
Okay, okay.
it's not been approved by the FERC yet.
Yeah.
And this has been looked over by our city attorney. Yeah, I see that. I see it there.
Yes, ma'am.
so does the motion need to be contingent on the
No,
approval
no, no,
of
no,
that,
no,
or-
no, no. We won't spend any money until all that stuff gets approved. I was just explaining the kind of that work.
If you said no, and he said yeah.
I wasn't listening, I'm sorry. Might as well be truthful.
We're not gonna spend any money on it until it gets approved, so.
Well, it is your birthday, so we'll.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve this Transco service agreement as a contract.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries
Actually, I
unanimously.
was asleep with
He was,
my eyes
he was
open.
nodding, that's what he was doing.
We do that at my age.
I think the city is better served when that happens. Chief Carter, you have the next item.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I bring before you tonight a budgeted item. This is the requesting approval for the annual Firehouse Software License Agreement. This is the record management system that is utilized for the fire department for all incident reports and all of our records that we have for inspections and our management needs. Annual cost of this is $6,850. It's no increase over last fiscal year.
Thank you. Any discussion? And if not, a motion is in order.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Grove.
Yeah, this is annual renewal dues for the Georgia Municipal Association in the amount of $6,462.04. They're the organization that represents all cities in the state, and most recently went to their annual meeting in Savannah, so that's what that's for. It's over $5,000 in each year.
All right. Questions, comments, or motions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Porta.
Yes, sir.
You've got a good, quick sidestep.
I did.
Never seen that lateral movement out
I
of you
know,
before.
it's quick.
It's good.
It's Expenditure of the 2003 SPOS funds. As discussed in the work session, we have a little over $373,000 in the account. Basically, we've been having those set aside for the Dot the Ferry Road project. Recently, we received some GDOT money or a grant. We're waiting on the first reimbursement of that. Recommend to the City Council, if those grant funds do come in, we would like to use this money for roadway infrastructure, which was allowed in the 2003 SPOS referendum. There is a little bit of money, you already earmarked $5,200 for the Fire Training Center, which was part of the 2003 SPOS. That'll be reduced from $373,000, so there'll be approximately $367,000 for roadway infrastructure projects.
Okay. And again, would a motion be, did you have a question? Oh. Motion, you need to include a contingent upon receipt
Well,
of
we'll
state
just,
grant
yeah,
funds?
we would just wait until they approve payment on that. My question, Tommy, is if we're able to get them to approve this, is this something we can do this year? A project that would have overlay of this and use this money, or would that have to wait, do you know?
He's actually got the LMIG grant he's waiting to submit to help.
Yeah, but I mean this $373,000, is that something we could do this year, or is it something we'd wait on?
Part of it we would go ahead and do this year. We've already got a resurfacing program or project put together.
Yeah.
And I need about $120,000 out of that pot for that.
Okay.
And then we could use the rest next year.
Yeah. Nothing makes a town look quite as nice as newly paved roads, striped streets, and, you know, we could, I think it's a good idea to use that.
Okay.
So, Mr. Grove, remind me, as long as it is within the same category, the money can be.
That's actually a legal question.
We got kick David over there, wake him up.
Yeah, as long as it was advertised before the referendum and was on the ballot of the referendum in a general category such as what Tommy described a while ago, you can spend that money. Now, if you've done every project on the list, you got money left over, that's a whole different story. But we don't need to talk about that, because I don't really understand it.
It's not applicable.
That's a policy question, I don't think.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? If not, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next item, please, Dan.
Yes, Mayor. Early last week, when the stock market went down due to the European Union, the British decided to get out of that to cause all turmoil in the U.S. stock market. We have funds in our pension plan that we normally sell every month to pay our retirees monthly, the benefit check on the first of every month. Our investment advisor suggested that we pre-fund our July payments, which we typically make every payroll period. So what we did was go ahead, we got the pension board to authorize that and get city council approve it this evening, hopefully. Basically made the early payment on July 1st, which allowed us to keep the assets in the pension plan and not sell those at the loss. We end at the reduced value, so we end up saving about $3,900 by doing that. And we had to pre-fund the account by $236,000, which is our typical roughly monthly benefit payment that we have for our retirees. So I'm just asking for the council to approve this after the fact. It was a way to save us about, like I said, just under $4,000.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Dan. Mr. Anderson, you have the last item on the agenda tonight.
Okay, yes, sir, Mayor and Council. This is an invoice from Bartow County Landfill. It's for material that was taken there from the demolition of our 3 buildings, Concession 1, Concession 2, and the shelter restroom that was demolished by Public Works and hauled there. I recommend paying this invoice in the amount of $56.30.70. This will be paid out of the Parks and Recreation Department general operating funds from from last budget year.
Okay. Any discussion on this item? If not, a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. You got any announcements, Greg, before you walk all the way back there?
I will announce that they started removing trees and putting up erosion control on for our building construction at Dillinger Park. They started that Tuesday. Our erosion controls, it will be inspected the first of next week, and after that's done, then they will start removing dirt and working on the construction sites.
Which building?
The administrative building above Putt-Putt, and they'll be using that dirt as fill dirt for the other sites.
Gotcha. Very
So,
good.
Great.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
As a side note, 4th of July went swimmingly well at Dellinger. Good turnout, and I know a lot of public safety folks and a lot of folks throughout the city had to work while the rest of us were playing, so appreciate their efforts for that. It does not go unnoticed and unappreciated. Is there any other business that needs to come before council this evening?
Mayor, I can't call the exact position, but our fire chief was honored with a statewide position. Chief, I apologize, I can't.
He's on the indemnification board, is that
Okay.
right? Indemnification
But we
commission.
appreciate it. I also appreciate, there was a recent, the chief and I were talking about it before the council meeting tonight. There was an article in the AJC about someone being so proud of going from 3 to 2 classification. And the chief and I were talking about how difficult that is, and then 1 even more difficult. So, mighty proud of that.
Absolutely. Any other business that needs to come before council tonight? There's none. Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. We're adjourned.
Birthday,
Then you got a harumph out of that guy. You got to stay gold.
you do, and you're much.